Now, a News 5 special report. More than 113,000 children in Alabama alone live with their grandparents. According to the Drug Education Council, the opioid crisis is much to blame for that. In Florida, the number of children living with grandparents is more than 342,000. The opioid epidemic is primarily taking over the lives of people in their late 20s, 30s, and 40s, the parenting generations, forcing the grandparents to step in and become parents all over again.
This is her bedroom.
Terry Smith gives me a tour of her home where she lives with her 4-year-old granddaughter.
I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I start my work early. I get her up usually about 6:30, get her bath, start her breakfast. Carving pumpkins, that was last year.
Smith says she's had custody of her grandchild since birth. She never imagined she'd be raising another child at her age.
You're 58 years old.
I am.
Where do you see your future?
Now it's kind of hard. I just focus mainly on her.
Smith is a single grandparent. She tells me she has no nest egg for retirement. Her savings is gone because of money spent caring for her grandchild on food, clothing, daycare, and legal expenses from trying to maintain custody of the child. And she is not alone.
This is becoming such a huge epidemic. You've got grandparents coming out of retirement. You've got grandparents living on Social Security. You've got people really seriously struggling that offer loving homes, nurturing, everything that these children need.
This is a huge issue for the families in our community, and it's growing as this epidemic is increasing.
Virginia Guy with the Drug Education Council says our community has to start embracing these families that have been thrown out of balance and stop laying blame.
We need to understand that it's not anybody's fault. Nobody needs to get addicted. It's not the children's fault. It's not the grandparents' fault. But there's a lot of ways that we can support these families.
Guy would like to see faith-based groups and churches step up to help. She says HR departments in the workplace can provide programs to alleviate stress. Also, when looking toward retirement, financial planners may need to factor in the cost of raising grandchildren.
What happens when she's grown and you don't have a retirement?
I don't know. And I can't worry about that now. I can't worry about that because every time I do, you know, it's just a stress, and you don't want to do that. She would feel that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know.
Smith belongs to several online support groups for grandparents raising their grandchildren, but she would like to start one in Mobile. Guy says the group could meet at the Drug Education Council. Also, Guy is available to talk to any grandparents looking for additional resources. For more information on how you can contact Smith and Guy, find this story on our website, WKRG.com.